Travelers and luxury destination adventurers, it's now time to enjoy the journey on Enjoy the Journey with David Hartman and guests. And now, here's David Hartman.
In the Keys.
Happy holidays from the beautiful Florida Keys. Welcome to the Enjoy the Journey luxury travel show from Florida Keys Brewing Company down in Isle Morada, Florida. A special welcome to our Radio A1A and Cruising Country listeners and our A1A Media Network affiliates, podcast partners, and live streaming viewers around the world. I'm your host, David Hartman, owner of Fantastic Endeavors Travel Agency, wishing you a wonderful happy holidays and happy new year. This is our last show of the year, episode 41. We've made it every single week. We're going to do it one more time. This is our year in review show, but we're also going to talk about this wonderful place we are at, one of my favorite places to visit here in the Keys, Florida Keys Brewing Company, mile marker 81.6 here in beautiful Isle Morada, Florida on the old road. This tasting room sitting right now has been open for 3 years, going on, I think, 4 years coming up. We're going on 3 years coming up, and it's just a wonderful place to hang out. We're going to talk to a staff member, not sure who, about what's happening at the brewery. Got some live music out back. I'm going to give you a quick tour in a bit. And we're also going to talk about our favorite episodes that you guys voted on by your response, and also some of my favorites too, a little year in review show. So that's what we're going to do. As always, please like this feed wherever you're watching it and share it and say, hey, Dave's live today doing a year in review. And as always, you can watch us on recording from full after it's done. And we do have our podcast and our YouTube channels. And our YouTube, Fantastic Endeavors, we are live there right now. And Radio A1A Media Network for our radio listeners on board from Radio A1A. That's also live too right now. That's available on recording after the show. We do have a podcast. This goes up tomorrow morning to a podcast network, all major networks. Just search Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show, and that will pull up in the podcast. To listen on the go, just the audio feed. We do appreciate our simulcast partners on Radio A1A, Cruising Country Radio. Appreciate Harry T for streaming that live for us on the simulcast. And as always, you guys, if you want to see this beautiful brewery, stop by in person, but also check us out on the YouTube channel, A1A Media Network, after the show. So this is going to be our year in review show. We're going to be right back after we hear from our sponsors. We're going to talk to people from the Florida Keys Brewing Company. I have some other guests coming by pretty soon. Talk about their kind of history with me and travel and living in the Florida Keys. It's going to be a real fun show. And as always, put a comment in the chat and put a question. And stay tuned from a word from our sponsors. Atlas Ocean Voyages offers smaller ships designed for luxe expeditions that extend the reach of adventure travel by sea, with their first ship launching in July 2021. Venture to small villages and remote locations, from the desert city of Petra to the frozen tundra of Antarctica. To experience Atlas Ocean Voyages, call David Hartman, 305-453-9208, Dave at bucketwishtrip.com.
You know, they may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone, because Keys Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call keysmartphonerepair.com. That's keysmartphonerepair.com. keysmartphonerepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair located in Tavernier, mile marker 90. keysmartphonerepair.com. Click it now and save.
The Health Genie System Checker answers 3 important questions when you are feeling ill. What is wrong with me? How ill am I? And where can I receive care? System Checker puts the information and answers at your fingertips with the most advanced triage and healthcare technologies available. Engage on a personal level in your own words to describe your symptoms with no smart trees or drop-down menus that force self-diagnosis. Health Genie System Checker provides an avenue to early healthcare engagement. Hello, David Hartman with Fantastic Endeavors. Fantastic Endeavors is a full-service travel agency based in Key Largo, Florida, specializing in custom individual and group travel. Our luxury travel advisors inspire people to answer 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? Fantastic Endeavors will personally tailor your journey to your needs. We build extraordinary, enriching experiences curated just for you. Call us today at 305-453-9208 or email at dave@bucketwishtrip.com. Enjoy the journey. Welcome back live from the Florida Keys Brewing Company in Alvarado, Florida, mile marker 81.6. Right here on the old road, I can see Route 1 to my left here. I'm in their tasting room. So how we're going to go just the next few minutes, we're going to show you some new features. I have new camera angles this year. We did use one once before for our Keys Meads broadcast. We got a Droid webcam. It moves kind of slow, but I'll give you an idea, give you a tour of the brewery and a tour of the beer garden. There's some live music performing right now. And I'm also going to show you that I have different cam angles, especially when I check on the live chat, I can switch over to a different camera angle. Boom. Hey, how about that? So that when I look down at you guys, I don't lose you. And so far, I do want to thank on the live chat. So we got John Janasitis, Kim Balcom. Thanks for being here. John and I spent some great times in Fort Wilderness 2 weeks ago. You guys saw the show. You saw his camper. Janice Spivak, she's the trivia queen of my show. Janice, good to have you on, as always. Thanks for being here. Actually, I may have a picture of Janice may show later because she picked up her prizes last week at Keys Mead, and I was there to meet her, totally random. So I'll be watching the chat, acknowledging you guys today. We're doing the different camera angles, and pretty soon we're going to show you a quick brewery tour. We're trying to get one of the staff members who work here to come in and say hello. Cheryl and Craig, the owners, are not here today, but they did. Thank you, Cheryl and Craig. Let me do the show from here. We'll definitely do it again, and always have a good time here at Florida Keys Brewing Company. Mile marker 81.6, Alvarado, Florida. And for Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show, this is our year in review show, talking about our favorite fan episodes and my favorite episodes of the past 41. We've been live every week. You're used to the camera angles, guys. Live every week since March 23rd. That is amazing. All right. So new camera angle, check that out. We'll go back to the main angle. And next, I want to give you a quick tour of the brewery. I'm going to get the Droid cam set up. And producer Bonnie's going to show you guys around here. And let's get that one done. And let's see if it goes. Nice and slow. All right. There's our webcam. And we're going to show you the brew. This is the tasting room. Opened 2018. February 2018, the brewery itself. I do have a story about the brewery. So I was down here in November 2014 looking for a Chamber of Commerce event, and I ran into what's called Art Walk. I didn't know idea, Art Walk Alvarado Way here, which is right behind me. And I walked in and saw this kind of empty warehouse with a bunch of kegs tapped on a kegerator, and it was these guys saying that they are starting a brewery. Hey, Don's here. What's up? My friend Don's here. We're going to show you on cam in a second. Actually, that's the camera right there. And it said, and the place was honestly a wreck. They know November of 14. And so they actually, by February of 15, lo and behold, they finished this warehouse and made their first brewery, which was the main brewery until 2018. And then they still have that brewery there, which is a small tasting room used for special events. And that's where the big vats are for brewing. And everything is brewed here locally in Alvarado. And then 3 years later, they opened up this place, which is amazing, much more space, 20 taps versus 10 in the tasting room at the other main brewery. And then this huge beer garden, which Bonnie will hear show off in a second. Our friend Dawn, who I spent some time with Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, just showed up, and she's a big fan of the brewery. There's Dawn. And I'll keep talking to you guys through the tour. So we'll show the chalkboard, always 20 beers on tap here, most of them local, sometimes as an affiliate, like Keys Meads. You see my shows from Keys Meads, thumbs up for Keys Meads. And also, sometimes they have a person not so local, like Cigar City was on tap a few days ago. Carmen, Santiago, Kelly, thanks for being here. Harry T, what's going on? Oh, Harry just told me scene didn't change. That's my fault. Now it's changing. Okay, now it changed. Thanks, Harry. We're trying these new camera angles, and that didn't work out too well. Now we're going to get... Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
I like try to answer the phone with the game. Like, just for fun. See what happens, you know? We're a little brewery fan.
All right, that's working now. It's a little slow because it's a web remote cam. Always trying new technology, so it's a little choppy, but it's actually clear. It's just slow to react to our connection. So I'm here enjoying a flight of beer, 5 beers, small 5-ounce glasses. We'll show off in a second when I come back live. Thanks again, Harry, for letting us know the scene didn't change. So we're back to the tour of the beer garden, which honestly Cheryl, the owner's family, always owned, but they had an art gallery in here, a tenant. When that lease expired, they took over this whole building back in 2018. There's a small apartment upstairs for vacation rentals, which has nothing to do with the brewery itself. Totally soundproof, which is great. And then they have the nice brewery here. And the tour continues. The beer garden coming back in. There's a nice takeout window on the bar there. I'll tell Brian to show off the room again. Sorry, guys, my streaming software changed the camera, but not in the live feed. And while you guys are in the tour of one of my favorite places here in the Keys, I'm enjoying my sample of beers that I will show off in a second as I get back here. Actually, I'll probably have Bonnie show off on the other cam. So we are at Florida Keys Brewing Company, kind of showing off the wares here, trying to track down a staff member. They are so busy. Maybe I'll grab my friend Dawn. She's a big fan of this place. Dawn was just on my December 5th show for Light Up Key Largo, virtual Light Up Key Largo. Hey, Janice. Thanks for saying hello in the chat. Amy P, Amy Burrell, what's going on? Thanks for joining. And then when she comes back, I'll show off my second camera angle. So it was just my user error there on the streaming software I'm using. I changed it where I look at it, but not the live feed. But now we're showing off the brewery. Again, it's real, we go slow, but it shows it off. Lots of space. Everyone's outside today. It's a beautiful day. It was cold here in the Keys for 2 days. Cold for us Southerners. And now we're showing off this beautiful place that I've known the owner since 2014, since they were literally a hole in the wall. Been open since 2015, and going on their 6th anniversary and 3rd year in this wonderful facility that we love so much. Hey guys, what's going on? Got some friends that just showed up as I'm enjoying my flight of beer, and I'll share with you the different brews here in a second as Bonnie continues to show off. So these vats are some of the vats that allow them to actually brew beer down the street and walk this down the road. So this is an affiliate brewing location. If not, they'd have to send the beer to a distributor in Fort Lauderdale and come all the way back here. So that's actually part of the brewing process for a couple of the brews they have here. They are labeled. And then Bonnie's now showing off their canned beer. I highly recommend the bottom row, the re-entry cream ale, modeled after our re-entry stickers. There was a big scandal during our re-entry time from March 27th to June 1st when you need a re-entry sticker to get in. And there was people in Miami who were so bad want to come to the Keys, they were counterfeiting stickers. So now you had to show a license and a sticker to get in the Keys. While she continues the tasting room tour, I'm going to enjoy my tasting of the beer here. I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat, year in review. So what was your favorite show? I know, Janice, you were on every one, but what was your favorite show? I'm going by favorites by a combination of views and fan reaction. I did a little kind of mini calculation. I track all the, on paper, I take notes of every show, and I show off. And let me, Bonnie, come back here. I'm going to show it off this way. This will be easiest, even though I'm going to be out of sync mic-wise, but I'm going to still show off real quick what I'm drinking. All right. Normally they have a tear sheet, but they were going crazy today. They're out of tear sheets. So I did request 5 of their finer beers. This is what the flight looks like. Where's the, it's the wrong side. Anyways, they're all labeled. I'll turn them around. Watch the beer, not my mouth. I'll be out of sync. There we go. And I'm in the Critter Club, which is a waiting list to get into. You pay a small annual fee, you get great benefits, including a 20-ounce pour for a standard 16-ounce price. And then this is a flight that's normally $10 of 5-ounce beers. And we have Iguana Bates, Key Lime Sour, Runaground Brown, Smuggler's Moon Stout, and Lemongrass Saison. An array of beers for styles. You know, you got your stout, your brown, your saison, and your sour, very unique. And iguana bait is a Kolsch, hibiscus Kolsch. So those are my beers I'm drinking. That's their awesome logo. Check them out, mile marker 81.6 on the ocean side here on the old road in Key Largo, right across from Worldwide Sportsman in Murata Bay. It's a wonderful place to hang out. So let me get back off the tour and back up to my live feed. Hey, I'm back. Apologize about the technical difficulties to start that tour. We may go back to that again to check in later what's going on outside. We're still trying to track down someone to come on from the brewery itself. Thank you, Bonnie, for doing that. And so back to the other camera angle. As I live looking at you guys, I have a different angle. Let's check that. Here we go. Hey, there's the new angle. So I go down here. And Michelle Wardell, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. We got a lot of viewers on early. Mary Perez, Happy New Year. Big happy holidays, Happy New Year to all you guys. Thanks for being on. We're doing a quick tour of Florida Keys Brewing Company, where I am right now, showing off some new things we're doing with the show. Every show we try to try something new. We got 3 camera angles today. Our droid cam for the tour. And then we have this angle here when I check in with the guests for questions. And then I got the main feed right in front of me, which I'll go back to here in a second. But please put in the chat, what was your favorite show you watched this year? Even if you watched one, was that your favorite show? Let me know. Janice Spivak, you're on most of them. And Sherry Byers Langston, she sent me a direct message saying she apologized she hasn't watched recently. I'm like, that's okay. You know, everyone's busy for the holiday. And I appreciate all you spending time with me today on my live broadcast from Florida Keys Brewing Company. If you're nearby, come on down. I'll put you on the show. I'm going to have my friend Dawn on, hopefully. She has some friends here. I'll try to get her on. But I'm always here to help out, promote what people want, what they want to do, and even their business. So feel free to come on by, come on. And I appreciate you guys, as always, following the show. As always, like and share it, put a comment. What was your favorite show of mine of the 41 episodes? 41 episodes here in Luxury Travel Show. Enjoy the journey. Appreciate you guys all being here. Let me get back to the chat. Amy Slicer, welcome. Yep, feeds work, Harry. We got 3 camera angles today, so I'll keep this as I check on the chat. And let me go back to live feed. I'm waiting for someone to come here. Let me go back to, you're back, main camera. So really cool when you get this software working right. Janice Spivak loved all my shows. Oh, that's great. I'm glad I switched feed because my tablet Facebook just crapped out. This happens every show. Here's my time to catch up with you guys, rant a little bit. Every show, my tablet, Facebook app just stops showing the show live and I can't see chat. And when I start it doesn't show all the people that just jumped on the last 5 minutes. It's a pain in the butt. So here I am catching up. Bonnie went to go find my producer, has been very helpful all my shows. Went to go find, here I am, I'm back. All right, chat is back.
Yes.
Hey, Amy Slicer comes and has a vote. Janice Spivak says all the shows, appreciate that. And Janice has done very well in trivia. No trivia today. We gave a lot away this year, very generous. But starting next year, we'll try to have trivia almost every show, something small, something there. But I didn't get a chance to get a hold of the owners and find something that worked out, that made sense for this show. And I'm all tapped out from Christmas, obviously. But I appreciate you guys being on. And then Amy Slicer Gustafson, my good friend for many, many years, said her favorite was the camping show, which she was a part of indirectly. We camped out at her side. The decorations you saw from the Fort Wilderness show was amazing. And that was back in December. Actually, I got a list of all my shows here, so you guys reference it. All my shows, by the way, are available. I forgot to mention this to start. All my shows are available on my Fantastic Endeavors YouTube page. Is the easiest place to find them. Instead of going back through my timeline where they are, it's easy. There's a playlist called Enjoy the Journey, and they're all listed by date. It's always been a Sunday broadcast up until early August. It switched over to mid-August. Switched over to a Sunday broadcast. Before that was a Monday afternoon. So, but they're all there by date. You can follow them. I have a listing. I can always email you if you want to look up an old show. We go there and we clean them up. We take out the buffers and we show some things. And you know, we really make sure the show is really clean on the YouTube channel. But they're all there. All pretty much 41 of them are available for viewing. So the camping show, let's see, it was just December 13th. Excellent show. That was the Christmas camping show. I also had a Halloween camping show on November 1st, on Sunday, November 1st. So check that one out too. Great shows to watch. So absolutely fantastic. Please, Harry T. Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah, so Harry made a good point. Now that we've talked about the brewery, and we'll circle back with the guest. Actually, I went over the beers real quick, and I'll tell you my favorite of these, and then I'll talk about my favorite shows. So I'm just catching up in the chat here, and cool. Everyone's got, Cruisin' Tiki show. Janice Spivak, great choice. So we did 2 shows at Cruisin' Tiki's. My show, to give you a little history for those of you who are new to it, started out on Zoom. Just give you real history. March 15th last year, I met Harry Tieford, our GM and general manager of Radio A1A and Cruisin' Country Radio, those internet radio stations based in Almara that are worldwide, mostly trop rock, tropical Americana, and country music. Artists, independent artists, and I'm an independent travel agent. I ran into him saying, hey, you ever thought about doing any DJ cruises or music cruises? He said, yeah, I got guys advertising my show. Introduced me to Donovan Lee Carpenter. And Donovan Lee is a country artist up and coming from Nashville. And hey, studio audience is building. Carly and Leslie Adams just showed up. Fantastic. And then did a cruise for him, which got canceled, but was very popular. It got canceled because of COVID. And then Harry and I said, hey, Harry, you got all these shows on your channels. You got a real estate show. You got a lifetime style show. How about a travel show? He said, great. And we planned it out in January. I appeared on Michael Marinelli, the real estate conch. I appeared on his show in February, getting prepared to promote my show in March. And then COVID hit, and Harry had to go in hiding. And then I did all my shows via Zoom until June 1st. And so most all guests that came on via Zoom, I made sure they had them on again in their locations to promote their businesses, because it wasn't really fair having them on via Zoom. Literally, I was sitting at my desk for the first 2 shows. Appreciate you guys being on for those early shows. We had some rough technical problems. And we tried different platforms, and now we've really worked it out with the system I'm using called Streamlabs OBS, and so some sophisticated ways to get it out to many different networks. We are live on multiple Facebook pages, my personal Facebook feed, where most of you are watching right now, and 2 YouTube channels. It's just absolutely fantastic how we do the show now. So that's how we got to now, and then the changeover came June 1st is when we came to live. Cruisin' Tiki's was on, Dan Cornell, the owner, was on, I think in May, and then we had him on again more recently, where I actually went out with him live and did a Steadicam feed with him, came back to Snooks and interviewed him where it was quieter without the wind. And so that was a great show. Any more shows, please reach out to, a favorite Harry T. Good choice, Harry. Harry T says, Atlas Ocean Voyages CEO interview. That's one of my favorites, and also one of our top 5 of the fan favorites. That was my probably most high-profile guest as far as someone, the CEO of a major company. This guy was all class, professionalism, knowledge base, and we had a great time talking about the Black Sea voyage that Atlas Ocean Voyages is doing. And they are a sponsor of the show, as you saw on the feed, as you saw in the ad package. And this guy, Albert Aliberte, and was just a wonderful guest. Brought his kids along to Conch House Restaurant, where we had a wonderful time just checking out things and talking about luxury cruising. Talk about Atlas real quick. They are a luxury cruise line launching in July. I do have a trip coming up in November 28th, 2021, next year. I'm still booking people on the trip. It's a Antarctic solar eclipse cruise that I've talked a lot about in the show. I'm going to talk about at the end of this show, because I'm doing a virtual meeting with a sales rep, Kathy Consuma, who's on my Labor Day weekend show, Sunday, the September 6th. And Kathy's going to interview and talk about questions about people. This is all about the cruise itself. It's not my show. It's a private Zoom feed. If you want to invite registration, please message me directly, David W. Hartman on Facebook, or dave@bucketwishtrip.com. To find information about that epic cruise, that epic solar eclipse cruise while you go to the Antarctica, it is bucketwishtrip.com, all the details and preferred pricing for groups. And Kathy's going to announce on this January 6th evening Zoom call more detailed inclusions that they're going to throw in the pot for people who book early. And they're making it very easy to book. It's a high premium cruise, but everything's inclusive, including charter flights from Orlando. I'm going to cover that in detail at the end. I do have 2 friends that I'm going to try to have on the show here, if we can fit them in the stage right behind me. My friends Carly and Leslie, who have watched many shows and who I've learned a lot about video production from. And by great choice, Harry. Great choice, Amy Slicer. Great choice, Harry T. And it has been a pleasure with you guys with the different shows that I've run. As far as the other favorites out there we've seen, let me get out my list. I would say number 5 is probably the Albert show, Aliberte, as far as fan reaction. And then a lot of my show's reaction came from people who actually came on the show and their equity on Facebook, how many people they knew, and they shared it around. So the more popular the person, the more people you had watching. That's basically a very direct correlation. Hey, Tom Pino, thanks for being on board. So let me switch over to this camera. A press club by showing off my different camera angles. All right, new camera angle. Hey, new camera angle. And you missed our virtual tour of the brewery we did already. So number 5, as far as the fan favorites for the year in review part of the show. And I want to bring my friends on real quick. And was the Alberti show, Atlas Ocean Voyages, and all the different members of the sales staff were on. He was the most popular. We really promoted that show because he was CEO. The fact that they offered that, I didn't ask for that, was just amazing. Number 4 is, how could I forget, Oga's Cantina, and from the galaxy far, far away, Skip Shear was the guest. And we broadcast in character from Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in the Cantina, Oga's, and all around Galaxy's Edge. We're on Batu, totally stayed in character the whole time. People just loved that show. I mean, I don't think people understood what we were doing, but I didn't care. We never once said that we were on Earth, but we really weren't. We were off planet. So that was number 4, and that was a fun show. That was September 20th. Again, all my shows available on my YouTube channel, Fantastic Endeavors. I come up first on YouTube, and then you can actually just go to Enjoy the Journey playlist, and they're all arranged by date. They're all cleaned up, no buffers, clean audio. Check those out. And then number 3 was, let me see if I get this right here. Oh, Atlas actually had 2, my bad. Brandon Townsley was also, because he was my earliest first one, Atlas, he had a few more votes and views than Albert. So he was number 3. He was back on June 8th. Great show. And that was my second time doing a live show when we reopened to the public. And I could have a guest from out of town. And number 2, close to number 1, was David Sheehan from Pirates Cove Water Sports. Michael Byers was on too. Michael, sorry, weren't as popular. Maybe it was a little later. Maybe Facebook changed the algorithm. But when Dave was on, they had 1,000 views by 6 p.m. that night just off one feed, and the other feeds were absolutely incredible. And so they just blew up that show to over 2,000 views, like over a 24-hour period. It was unbelievable. So Pirates Cove Water Sports was on twice. David Sheehan was on August 3rd, and that was one of the last of my Monday shows. And then we had Michael Byers was on October 11th, the Oktoberfest show. I still have my beer from here, coming here for Oktoberfest. And that was also an amazing, amazing show. And both shows did real well the views, and they basically tied for the second place. Number 1 by far, though, was a 2-time guest, Peg Leron from Coconut Bay Resort, Bay Harbor Lodge. She came on once virtually and did a wonderful job, really treated my show professionally, came dressed up, took care of her background, took care of her mic, even though we were remote. And then went there in person. It was my first time I had these battery-powered lav mics, and we did a live tour on our lav mics at the resort. Found out later, Peg's mic wasn't turned on. A little production faux pas, but we got around that with some good editing afterwards. But you can still hear her. But overall, it was because of her equity and people that know her in the Keys. That was over 2,500 views in 24 hours, over 1,000 during the show live, and that just blew up on all of my channels. And we reposted on Facebook. We used to do not as many on YouTube live, and that still blew it up again. And there were people that watched that show 3-4 times and booked her resort. So it worked on both sides. So thank you, Peg. You win. You were the fan favorite. A combination of not voting, combination of number of views and fan interaction. That show was a fun show to do, to see over 20, 30 people live at one time, which is a measurement of instantaneous viewers. And then over the show itself, I think it was over 1,000 for an hour total views. People check in, check out, or people checked in for a little while. Then over 2,500 by 24 hours, and it just was an amazing, amazing experience with Peg. Peg's the best, and a very good client of mine if you heard those shows. So Peg's show that was the winner was August 30th. That was one of my first Sunday afternoon shows. First one using my wireless lav mic. We used a number of times on the show, including in my October show Halloween show at Fort Wilderness, including last week. I used the wireless live mics, and the sound with them was incredible. Today we got the condenser mic for the show here. Doug Ellis, welcome. So let me switch back to a different camera angle and get my guest on. All right, we're back. All right, we got some music chime in. We're going to keep the music off. We're going to stick Bonnie on them. So please put in the chat, what do you think your favorite show was? What do you think? was your absolute episode that you enjoyed the most? What episode did you get more involved in ask questions? Did you win any trivia this year? So we're going to go to a quick break here, and I'm going to get two guests here. Leslie and Carly Adams, who have been on the show first time on the show. They are longtime viewers of the show and taught me a lot about video editing. So stay tuned for a message from our sponsors. Atlas Ocean Voyages offers smaller ships designed for luxe expeditions that extend the reach of adventure travel by sea, with their first ship launching in July 2021. Venture to small villages and remote locations, from the desert city of Petra to the frozen tundra of Antarctica. To experience Atlas Ocean Voyages, call David Hartman, 305-453-9208, Dave at bucketwishtrip.com.
You know, they may be called smartphones, but they are handled by regular folks like you and me. And we break things. Well, no more freaking out about breaking your smartphone, because Keys Smartphone Repair is here. Just click or call keysmartphonerepair.com. That's keysmartphonerepair.com. keysmartphonerepair.com. It's fast, professional smartphone and tablet repair, located in Tavernier, mile marker 90. keysmartphonerepair.com. Click it now and save.
The Health Genie System Checker answers 3 important questions when you are feeling ill. What is wrong with me? How ill am I? And where can I receive care? System Checker puts the information and answers at your fingertips with the most advanced triage and healthcare technologies available. Engage on a personal level in your own words to describe your symptoms, with no smart trees or drop-down menus that force self-diagnosis. Health Genie System Checker provides an avenue to early healthcare engagement. Hello, David Hartman with Fantastic Endeavors. Fantastic Endeavors is a full-service travel agency based in Key Largo, Florida, specializing in custom individual and group travel. Our luxury travel advisors inspire people to answer 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip? And where do you wish you were right now? Fantastic Endeavors will personally tailor your journey to your needs. We build extraordinary, enriching experiences curated just for you. Call us today at 305-453-9208 or email at dave@bucketwishtrip.com. Enjoy the journey. Hey, we're back live. David Hartman, owner of Fantastic Endeavors Travel Agency, here on the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show, live from Florida Keys Brewing Company in Alvarado, Florida, mile marker 81.6. That's 81600 on Overseas Highway. It's actually on the old road, just off Route 1. Can't miss it. By the way, before we go talk to our guest here, Leslie Adams, thanks for being here.
Hi, thanks
for
having me.
I do want to show you, I do have a quick photo here to show you of what it looks like from the front. All done up for Christmas with a handsome guy in the foreground. So that's where it is. That's what it looks like. Beautiful colors. They actually repainted it this year, so it really stands out. You can't miss it. Again, it's not on Route 1. It's just on the old road, right across from Marada Bay Resort, Marada Bay Restaurant, and also Worldwide Sports. And you can't miss it in Alvarado, Florida. It's our location for the host today. Thank you again, Cheryl and Craig McBay, for allowing me to host my show and do my thing here at the Florida Keys Brewing Company. All right, we're back to the main angle. We are still playing the camera angles. Let's see, we got, I think one of them died. that one froze. Okay, let's see. No, that one froze. That's what a frozen camera looks like. Can't get it working. And then we're on the Droidex. So as we're talking to Leslie here, we're also going to show off the brewery again. For those of you just joining, I want to show off this beautiful tasting room. And this guy in the red shirt, we know him too. His name is Carly, somewhat related to Leslie for 40-something years. So you can go ahead and show off because our audio, we're going to be out of sync. This is a bit of a delay on this Droid cam. That's Carly. So when we come back live here, I will talk about Leslie and talk about travel and talk about how we know each other.
Okay.
They've become big fans of the show recently. Do you have a favorite episode so far that you've watched?
I love anything you do about Disney, and you've been talking about Fort Wilderness for as long as I've known you, and actually seeing Fort Wilderness at Christmas was awesome. That was really a great episode. But I remember, David, when we were talking about Disney, when I was first going to go for my 60th birthday, you said, let me work with you on an annual pass holder.
Yeah.
And we saved just in a long weekend, more than the cost of both of us being an annual pass holder. And since then, we've done, how many trips to Disney?
A lot of birthday trips.
Kids and grandkids, and we need to talk about that too.
So we're still showing you off. What we're showing right now, we're still here on mic. I'm here with my good friend Leslie Adams, runs Carly off, who's off camera to our right. Here's the 20 taps. My favorite thing about this place is 20 local beers. Once in a while, and an out-of-towner sponsor, like last time they had Cigar City from Highlight, or Keys Mead from Key Largo. It's a great place. Come on and check it out. In Almirada, mile marker 81.6. I told them a story of how I know the brewery, but how I know these guys, I was actually introduced by a man named Dave Valico. Said I have friends, Leslie and Carly Adams, renting a place in the Keys for a month. And that had to be back in 2009?
Yes.
2009, over on Taylor Creek.
Yep.
Which is north of Key Largo. I'm down by Chenapang. This is north of John Pennekamp Park. And they said basically hired me as a private dive guide. And we really kind of bonded, took you guys in the Spiegel Grove, showed you my famous tours. And then they fell in love with the Keys, and then they came back for like 6 months. And they rented a house from my friend Charlie Tybus.
Yeah.
I ended up certifying my friend Matt Tybus' now wife because of you guys.
It's a small island.
And that's how I met them. And we really bonded over diving, bonded over hanging out, and bonded over talking travel, and later on bonded over Disney. And lo and behold, we find out early on that Leslie and I are birthday twins.
We have the same birthday, different years, but the
different
same
year.
birthdays. So we've had some of the best birthdays.
Yes. I'm the one who's older. Oh, the cat's out. The animatronics here are so lifelike. We could not leave you guys without showing the cat. So before we switch back live, a quick. John Doty, my old high school principal, is on every show. John, what's your favorite episode? I see you on every one. And then Brendan Kilmeyer, thanks for being here. And Doug Ellis and Tom, thanks again for being here. Harry chose an awesome show, Atlas Ocean Voyages. So that's what we're showing off right now. And then I can actually already...
Does the cat have on some of the good swag from here?
Yeah. Well, the cat wears swag. So Bonnie's coming back, so I'm going to go back live because Clayton's working hard. The staff is booming today. I was going to try to get them on. Before we end the show, I'll try to get them on and say hello. But I told you all about the place, and I'm enjoying on my 5 beers here. I'll come back over. There's the tree, and back to us. All right, we're back live. Hey. So this is my tear sheet, not the normal tear sheet because they ran out today. Of my favorites here, it's pretty close, but Smuggler's Moon Oatmeal Stout is amazing. That's the really, really dark one. I love dark beer. Oh, almost shorted out the laptop. And then I also Runaground Brown. To me, that would be a awesome brown beer anywhere in the world. They don't distribute it because brown's a pretty generic type beer. But the ones that do distribute go very well. Iguana Bait and Spearfish Amber you can find all over Florida. And also Sensational IPA. And sometimes they're Critter IPA. So check those out in your area if you're in Florida. Or come down to mile marker 81.6 in the Florida Keys Brewing Company. So we're back. Leslie Adams. Hey.
And I'm here with a non-beer item. They have a nice selection of non-beers and ciders and, canned cocktails. So it's a good selection.
So it's appropriate you guys popped on here on my year in review show because you guys have been a big part of my year in a lot of different ways. A from Disney and also for booking travel. They are actually clients of mine, first in Disney travel, but they're also recent clients for a cruise that is still scheduled.
But
or we may push it back a year.
but also Italy, cruised in Italy.
Italy, yeah.
And Barcelona and Mexico.
Mexico, that's right.
Where you
last year Christmas.
And you were able to match every single price that the family got from anywhere. You were able to do that. So David's our go-to.
Nice. I provide competitive rates and great service too. But we started out as dive friends, became bonded over Disney, then the whole birthday twin. My birthday twin here, February 3rd. And then we got more involved
Send presents. No.
Another travel I do. And my favorite comment ever was from Carly. Kind of, listen. There's something called in sales called the strength of weak ties. Like your own friends do not want to book travel with you because they don't want to sacrifice their relationship. And Carly's comment after your Italy cruise was the best. He's like, "Yeah, wow, you were actually very helpful." I aim to be.
Yes, but we saw what you did for other clients before we actually booked Europe with you, and we knew we wanted someone to call if there was an issue or complications.
We appreciate you guys, friends, and also your business and being on the show today. But I wanted to have them on because they really got into the show. I want to show them how I do this, but also I want to hear them talk about why they moved to the Keys, why they like this, areas like this. And also why they also like to travel elsewhere. So how did you guys end up getting down the Keys? Was that your first visit in 2009?
No, we had been down to the Keys when we were younger. When we were kids, our parents brought us down, and that was back in, I would say, the 70s or the 80s, and that was back when the Keys were really kind of small and a little bit honky-tonk, and we didn't get back. In between there, we dove all around the world. But when we came back here to the Keys and dove, we were really kind of dive snobs, but we were amazed at the life and how robust the fish life was here. And then after 9/11, we went, well, if we're going to buy somewhere, we should buy in the continental United States. And for us, we discovered the community outside of the hotels and the touristy areas, and there's a thriving, artistic, and environmentally oriented community here.
There is. It is a true community. And, I came here for the diving. My house was originally a dive house. I lived in Virginia. Then I wanted to live here full time. But the reason I stayed here now, going on 17 years, come January 1st, actually New Year's Eve is my anniversary. I bought my house New Year's Eve day 03. So I'm crossing over. But it was the community that kept me here and actually made me want to do this show and feature Keys businesses and so on and so forth. So it is a very small community, but it's a fun community to visit, and we are open for business. As you can tell on the roads today, you guys have traffic on the way down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bridge opening too. Yeah.
Well, and David, one of the great things you did for us when we were visiting was you introduced us to a lot of good restaurants, places to go. You had good recommendations. So even as a local travel agent, you were really helpful.
And one thing I do, guys, as I do these shows, I research a destination, I research where I'm going. If you watch my review shows, that's a lot of work that goes into review shows. If you look at the Riviera Beach show, that was a few weeks ago. Vero Beach, one of my favorites from a production standpoint. We had a sprint to find somewhere to broadcast that show because I had 10 videos to show. And I do that with all my clients. I do that with every destination I go to. In a lot of ways, I can make recommendations so I experienced it myself. Or I know people who live there firsthand. And to give myself a pitch, I'm very thorough and detail-oriented. Like Carly once picked up a Disney dining book, and fast forward to page 300 and saw a check mark. He's like, you read the whole thing? So I literally mark up every page of a book I read because I read very deliberately. So that's just the kind of person I am. That's what you want from a travel agent or someone who plans travel for you, is someone to do the details that you don't want to do, or to double check your details. I have some clients that are hands off, that you do everything, make it turnkey. I have other clients who say, hey, I did all the work, but I want you to check everything. And a lot of times we find things that they could improve on, just things they didn't know. So keep that in mind. That's what I do. And also, we are also friends down here in Keys. We love diving together. They were over Christmas Eve. We had a great time there.
Yeah, it was a great party.
Got to get out diving again soon.
A small, socially appropriate party.
It was. There was just a few couples, and that was all. Properly distanced.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of people I like to hang out with down here who kind of experience the Keys like I did, and fell in love with a piece of the Keys like I fell in love with the diving, but then stay here for the community.
I think that's a perfect way to put it. You come for one thing, but you stay for a lot more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then how'd you guys find the brewery here? Carly said you knew about it already?
Yes, this brewery. Right here. Why don't you sit down?
We're switching guests on the fly. As we're switching guests, let me check in with a few people. I lost my live look-in feed. One of my USB cameras about to break, and it did break. So, Joanne Andrews, thanks for being here. Harry T, great audio. Appreciate Harry watching. Gary Fuller, Happy New Year.
I eat fish when I know where it comes from.
Lauren McCutcheon, thanks for also being here. Yes, the backdrop is pretty amazing. This is all Cheryl, the owner. Cheryl McMay is the talent behind the retail in here and all the decor and everything you see. Her and her staff do an amazing job of the decor here at Florida Keys Brewing Company. And then Craig McBay is the master, and his team are the masters behind the actual what you drink. Like my wonderful beer right here. I'm having a Hurricane Whole Red in here. And the other beers I listed, my favorite is the Oatmeal Stout Smuggler's Moon over here.
And I'm having an iguana bait.
And Carly wants an iguana bait. Well, thank you for being here on the Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show, live from Florida Keys Brewing Company. We're doing our year in review, and we're checking in with a couple of friends of mine who are now watching the show, and also longtime clients and friends. And all of a sudden, we have somebody new. The camera angles you saw, we test out, but he's the one that made me make it part of every show. So going forward, we're going to have some type of different camera angles as part of every show. So look forward to that. So Carly, what brings you here today?
You actually brought me here today. Oh, it's always fun to see you. We
Good
had
to
a
see
great
you.
time on Christmas Eve.
Yep.
And you mentioned this, and we hadn't been here for a little while. And what they've done with the beer garden out there, I mean, this is just a great
amazing.
spot to come and get a beer.
Yeah. Well, the beer garden was always in Cheryl's family. This was always Cheryl's building, but they had an artist in here. That's why I told the people who just hopping on, they're actually the vats for brewing are up Murata Way, up this road over here called Murata Way. This is the old road, Route 1 this way over here by the front opening door. On Murata Way, they have a small taste room only for special events that's open. And what they do is everything's here. But even for the early years, they actually had special events in the beer garden.
Okay.
At nighttime, the artist was closed. But then in 2018, her lease was up, and then boom, now the whole thing. And from 10 taps to 20 taps, and now live music every afternoon. We've been here for Oktoberfest, we've been here for parties. It's just an amazing place.
And if you're in the area looking for a real brewery, the tanks are actually here, and they actually make the beer here.
All the beer is made locally, either right across from us or literally 100 yards up the road.
Yeah. And that was where we first found the place, was the 100 yards up the road in the smaller tasting room. And the artwork in that room is amazing too. All the bottle cap art is
It's amazing.
spectacular.
Amazing. You can actually see, it's always open to go check out the vats. If you're a true beer aficionado and a home brewer, check out Murata Way, 200 Murata Way. Just ask the staff here and walk up there. Usually you can walk in and see the vats. We always salute the vats and thank them for serving us. And by the way, thanks to Carly, we have changed camera feeds. We're going to be a little bit delayed, but don't worry, we'll talk slower. We're still figuring out this software. It works great at home. Works awesome at home.
You have a standard internet connection you can count on.
No, we actually have a very fast upload speed. Everything looks great online. So
I'm not sure what camera we're using. That one?
we are now on that angle right there.
Okay.
So what's cool is on my software I can preview the next angle before actually going over, which is neat. But we're here with Carly Adams. We just had Leslie Adams on. They've been married 40 years.
40 years,
Wow.
yeah.
Congratulations. That is a testament of success.
Yes,
right
it
there.
is. And patience.
And they've been friends of mine since 2009. Thank you, Dave Valaika from Indian River Scuba, right?
Indian River.
which is how poor Justin, rest his soul, Justin Minicino introduced you guys to
Just
Dave.
go to
Hey, Dave.
Indian River
Indian
something.
River, Indian Valley Scuba.
Indian something.
But in Hoyersville, Pennsylvania, Indian Valley Scuba, longtime friends of mine, Dave Valaika. I met him at a DEMA show in 2004. He introduced me to you guys back in 2009 and been friends ever since. The Indian Valley community is very big through my blood. You see a lot of posts and friends on Facebook.
I should have worn one of their t-shirts.
that's
I've
right,
got about
hey.
a dozen of them.
We got to represent. And we're here. Thank you for joining my year in review show. We're just trying out different camera angles to please Carly. He wanted a very highly technical show. And we're also checking out the Florida Keys Brewing Company. And the producers give me signs, and I have no idea what she's talking about. Oh, switch back.
Ah,
We're back.
that camera now.
We're now in that camera. We lost the third camera. It froze. We were going to keep showing the frozen angle up, which I think I still can. Is it still
I think
frozen?
it's amazing how you can go from a wired camera to a wireless camera.
So today we had, new for you guys to close out the year, we had 2 wired cameras and 1 wireless camera called a program called DroidX, which works for iPhones. And then here's our second camera, which isn't doing very well.
Uh-oh.
It's not even plugged in anymore.
Uh-oh.
So you can only be as good as your technology, folks. And thankfully, our main camera, which is brand new, this is the most highly rated USB straight camera on the internet. So it's fantastic. So, Carly, what's going on with you guys lately? I heard Keys is still home, but is it your permanent home, or what's going on with where you
We recently sold our home outside of Philadelphia in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, and Key Largo is now our primary residence.
Nice.
But we're also looking to have a presence in Chapel Hill, North Carolina.
Very nice. And you have family there?
My son and his wife are there. Yeah.
And thanks to you, I was at their wedding.
Yeah, that was a great time.
I was Uncle Dave. But I did ride the boar, the pig.
Yes, you
longer
did.
than anybody. That was before my shoulder problem.
I barely remember that.
That was a great wedding. That was Valentine's Day 2014.
It was, yeah.
No, I've been married 6 years already. Amazing. Great kids.
Yeah,
There's
that
2
is
great kids.
amazing.
I met them. They were younger when you brought them down in boating. And I love about Leslie and Carly. I have them on. It's not that they're clients, but they're also former Keys business owners. You guys own a Keys business for a while. How'd that experience go?
It was great. We initially came down here we sold a business in 2008, and we're trying to kind of reconnect with something. I didn't want to be corporate life anymore.
Yeah.
And Leslie got certified in 1990, and I got certified before that. And
A few years before.
72. And we just decided, let's be those people that when we would go on vacation, we wondered how it is that they could have a job like this where your office is 6 miles out on a reef somewhere. So we banged around for a while. We worked for a dive shop,
Yeah.
and wound up a few years later buying it from the owner, who he decided it was too cool here in the Keys in the wintertime, and he went to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
So we wound up with a little dive operation in very North Key Largo in a community up there called Ocean Reef.
Very nice community.
And we had a 45-foot Corinthian boat and a 28-foot World Cat. That was our 6-pack boat.
Very nice boat.
And, we just explored the local reefs and did a lot of snorkeling trips and things like that. But I will tell you that when you turn your hobby into a job, you kind of lose a hobby and find a job.
Yes.
And we sold the shop a couple years ago, and it's really nice to have our hobby back.
Nice. Very nice. Well, it's nice that you guys have now settled in. You sold the main homestead that I've been to. Nice complex. You did very well because you said there's a big buyer's market up there.
Yeah, people want to get out of the city.
Yeah, there you go.
We had a perfect location.
Good for you guys, and the fact that you always did here. I remember seeing you guys at a Dave Valika, Indian Valley Scuba in Holliesville, Pennsylvania, at one of their events, and you guys had just done your 6-month stint. And
Right.
And you said, we really missed the Keys, and then I heard you guys were buying a place. And I remember I took a picture of your bounce house when you...
Right.
So now it's been a number since 2011, right?
2000, when, Leslie, was it 2011 that we bought?
2014.
Oh, no.
No, the house.
Oh, 2011.
11.
I know.
I'm watching you on Facebook while I'm sitting
I'm on a delay.
Remember, that was the...
This is more of a delay than we normally have in it.
The answer's no.
Yeah, I remember because we were at the DEMA show for scuba diving.
Yeah.
And we drove back together, and you had like a closing or something, or some inspection going on. So these are truly Keys people now. They've owned a business here. They've had a house here for a number of years. They are friends of mine. They are clients of mine. They're big fans here of the Florida Keys Brewing Company at mile marker 81.6 in Almirada. And they decided to come on my show today to see how it was done and check me out. And do you have a favorite show? I know her favorite show was Fort Wilderness Christmas Decorations. The ones you've seen so far?
I thought that the show that you did with the Christmas tree.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was a tough show, and
Yeah.
but I didn't realize it had been going on that long, and how it got started,
Yeah.
and that was very informative. I like the travel shows, just the destination shows.
Appreciate
They're,
that.
they're good.
Well, next year we may do some different. I think we're going to keep the Sunday at 5. But please put in the chat or message me directly, David W. Hartman on Facebook Messenger, or dave@bucketwaship.com. Any comments of the show for next year, let me know. We will do shows from Dr. Lou's studio with Harry Tieford. Harry said promote the destination. They're in the Tower Pizza Plaza on the far north end, where Tower Pizza, it's his mile marker. Sorry, Harry. Put the mile marker in the chat, Harry. I didn't research it. I don't have it in front of me. But Tower Pizza is like mile marker 101.5 on the bay side. You can't miss it in Key Largo. And Dr. Lou has this great place right by a flea market on the north side. Great studio. Just amped up the Wi-Fi coverage, so I can do my show there now. Has a green screen backdrop. I saw Harry do a test. He can take live callers. That's what I'm looking for. Imagine live callers on my show.
That would be
I love the chat, but
wonderful.
So look forward to live callers, multiple camera angles, and more unique destination. I'm always willing to push this show wherever I can take it. To back up, what was my favorite show? It was the Vero Beach Resort show, because we did all this work, and their internet there for a small little island was horrible. There was no way I could stream a show, even just me standing in front of a Facebook Live. Dawn's here. Hey, Dawn, come back here.
Switch.
Dawn was on my December
Switch.
5th show. We're going to go a little over, guys. We started late today, and plus it's year in review, and it's my show, so we're going to go over. Here, we're going to go over. Dawn's here. What's up?
Hey, how are you?
And then Dawn was part of one of my favorite shows, too, from production standpoint. Dawn DeBrule, welcome back.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Well,
Thank
nice
you
to be
for
back.
your Christmas Day breakfast. And
You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thanks
Glad
for
you
coming over at Christmas.
Yes, we had a great time.
So Dawn was on the December 5th special Saturday night show for Light Up Key Largo virtual. She is with the Key Largo Community Preservation Foundation, as is the producer Bonnie. I was in for a couple years, and they are involved with this great Light Up Key Largo event. Long time involved with the business in the Keys, over 20 years or so. And now is living retired life. Oh, working for Salt Life.
Keys Life.
Keys Life.
Keys Life magazine. Yep. Yep.
Maybe Salt Life someday.
Yep. There you go.
Great magazine, by the way. I pick it up every time I see it.
Good.
And Dawn was bouncing around the brewery, and she's a big fan of the brewery.
Big fan.
Yeah.
Best place to be.
I remember at David's 50th birthday, her husband David, awesome guy. He did the cooking on Christmas morning. Thank you, David.
Yep.
And he had the brewery there.
Yes.
That was great.
Yes, we did.
So they're available for catering, by the way. Just talked to Craig McVeigh.
We've had them at 2 events at our house.
So how are your holidays going?
Wonderful. Very nice. I love the holidays.
Well, her house is so well decked out. My mom, you and my mom would get along well and compete.
Yeah.
You had the ceramic villages, then you had little things here and there, then you had the big vases and things, and then the big. Well, I mean, the detail of her was just amazing. Wish I had a picture of her.
I do love my Christmas decorations. I did have to take my severely dead Christmas tree down today, but everything else is still up.
By the way, Bonnie, we got a reprieve from here. We can go as long as you like. Woo! So we're going to keep going. We had a late start today. We actually had a glitch in our software, first time ever. I didn't tell you guys that at the beginning, but like 5-minute glitch had fixed itself, and now we're fine. And now we're taking, as always, you show up, I'll put you on the show. So Dawn popped up, and again, I want to promote next year. Hey guys, do you have a date next year yet?
I don't know the date offhand, but it is the first Saturday of December. So I'm
First
going to
Saturday,
guess.
December.
This year is supposed to be the 5th, so I'm going to guess it's going to be the 4th, but I'm not 100% sure.
So we're looking at first Saturday, December next year. Do you have a date for me? Pull out a date if you can. This is tentative. So plan on about from 4 o'clock to 10 p.m. in the evening at Murray Nelson Center, mile marker 102
Yep.
on the Bayside. Where my virtual show Saturday, December 5th was with the big tree. You can't miss the 40-foot tree,
Can't
which
miss
is
the
up
tree.
till January 7th. Check us out next year.
Okay, it'll be December 4th of 2021.
21. Put that on your calendar. Great event if it's here locally. We'll be doing some live streams there as always. But check that out. It's a great event. And Dawn and Bonnie here and their organization do an amazing job. I always help out with the tree when I can. I'll be there January 7th, whatever date it is, taking it down. By the way, if you're around January 7th, Thursday, about 10 a.m., we need help taking down that big tree.
Yes.
So it's a labor of
Stop
love,
by.
but it's all volunteers. We have the co-op take it apart, and some movers come in and move it, but it's all volunteers that actually do the thing. So Radio A1 audience was asking for a side view. I guess we could do a side view.
A side view.
Bonnie, are we still live on that feed? Let me check. We're going to change camera angles again. Leave that one off. That one's broken. All right, here we go. New camera angle. Wave. This show keeps reinventing itself, guys.
Yep.
Well, Dawn, thanks for coming on. Happy
Well,
New Year,
thank you
happy
for having
holidays.
me.
Dawn's also a very happy client with my Disney properties.
Oh, yes.
Why do we go to Disney so much? A, because during COVID it was easy and they were open.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of their timeshare program, and so is my producer Bonnie. And we just love going there. And every month is a different event, different holiday, different thing to show. And I'll be doing that probably again the rest of next year too. So stay tuned for some more unique shows.
And it's the happiest place on earth.
And it's the happiest place on earth. Dawn went there twice and had a great time with no crowds.
Great time with no crowds, and spent very special time with my mother. That is irreplaceable.
It was.
Yep.
And you guys hung out at Nomad Lounge in Animal Kingdom. One of my secret spots. Get on the rail and watch the cavalcades go by.
Oh, that's the thing. You got to book your trip with Dave. I mean, yeah, anybody can book your trip. You do it with Dave, and you get all the secret spots. You get the secret locations. You get the secret tips. It makes your event 10 times better just by going through Dave.
It is. Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on. I'm going to
Thank
close
you.
out the show and
All
get
right.
back to my beer.
All right, enjoy.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Thanks
Happy
again for
holidays.
Christmas morning. That was awesome. All right, I'll go back to this feed here. Go back to the main feed.
I'm going to try and get Alex not or Paul.
Yeah, I mean, if you get, we're still waiting on a staffer. They've been slammed here, and I'm now sitting on two stools. Hope you can still hear me. Thanks again, my guest, Dawn DeBrule, now working for Keys Life magazine, Carl and Leslie Adams, People of Leisure, retired business owners two times over. Thank you for coming on the show. They are followers of the show, clients of mine, friends of mine first, and now clients both for Disney travel and for luxury vacations. They are just awesome people. And hey, if you come around where I'm ever having the show, it is a place to be. Is coming on the show. Hey, Harry City Teeper says mile marker 100. I was right, mile marker 100, Tower Pizza Plaza. I'll be doing shows there pretty soon. I haven't worked out my schedule. My next show will be next January, next Sunday. And may pop into the studio on a Monday and this week and test it out. And we shall see. I'm looking for new destinations. Keys Mead's always awesome. This one here is a little farther, a little louder. So I'll come here for special occasions, but it won't be as much. May get back to the Bug Pub with under new management. I don't know who runs it anymore. And some of the places I've been, we'll try to get back to. But the Keys Mead is a home run. His backdrop is amazing. Jeff Kesley, thank you again. That's probably my favorite consistent location to go to. And Conch House, thank you. That worked when it was Mondays. Once it went to Sundays, that wouldn't work with her dining schedules. Appreciate all my vendors out there and all my sponsors and all my sponsor location people. So, Amy Joanne, to round out the chat and people jumping on board, I've been trying to change camera angles and talk to my guests. We're going a little longer today because it's the last show of the year. Happy New Year to you all. Happy holidays. Dennis Ward, hey, Dennis, congratulations for another term. You deserve it. Hey. Amy Joanne, I'm at Florida Keys Brewing Company, not too far from you. Mile marker 81.6 in Almirada. Amy Joanne, haven't been back to the Bug Pub in a while since Bianca and Gary moved on. I will talk about getting back there soon. And also with the change in day shift, 5 o'clock show didn't quite work out for lighting. So, but Amy Jo, check out Amy's Creations in the Rain Barrel Village in Almirada, where I used to do my show. And at mile marker 86.7 on the Bayside, home of Betsy the Big Lobster. Check that out. Catch up in the chat before I close out, so stay tuned. A few more things. I do want to talk about a special event on January 6th that I'm doing, which I'll promote again more in detail next week. We do have someone from the brewery. Oh my God, stay tuned, folks. We're going to give you full intel. What's going on here? Amy Joanne, hang tough. We've been waiting for it. We finally got the man with the voice. We're trying to get this guy on air. Alex, thank you for the flight.
Absolutely, anytime.
So you can take your mask down. Cool. Mike's right here to pick you up. Cool. We got you on. You look good.
Oh, thank you.
Alex, what's your last name?
Baxter.
Alex Baxter. Hey, like my good friend Tony Baxter out there watching the show.
Hey, Tony.
Welcome to my Enjoy the Journey Luxury Travel Show. We have an international audience. Some know the brewery, some do not. So first off, how did you get to be working here?
Well, I used to work at the Green Turtle Inn restaurant right down the road, about a quarter mile down the street, and we would serve plenty of the Florida Keys Brewing Company beer. After a while, it became a thing where, you know what, I'm not just serving their beer, let me see where it's made. Started becoming a regular of the brewery and tap room, and before I knew it, I realized, you know, this is one of those spots you really don't want to just drink at, you want to work at.
Nice. So how long you been working here?
Let's see, June will make, 3 years already.
3 years?
Yeah.
So actually when this opened, right? This opened February 18th.
This opened in February, I started working here in June.
Nice. So you've been here with the beer garden all along. That's awesome.
Good time.
So, and then how did you end up getting into the Keys?
Florida Keys, let's see, 10 years back, I was still living in Miami. I was born and raised in Miami, and I realized the city's just got too much going on, change of pace. Either I'm going north or south. First time I came south, I came to Isla Morada and I realized immediately the people are nice, the culture's different, something special down here. Only place I really want to be right now.
Nice. Well, appreciate you coming on the show, as always. We're at Florida Keys Brewing Company here in Alhambra. Make sure you like their Facebook too, including my page. Alex, let's switch to camera feeds here real quick. Show a different angle. Tell us, how do people find the brewery online?
Online, FloridaKeysBrewingCo.com is our website. You can see a full selection of our online merch, as well as what we're all about. Staff page also. As far as anything else besides that, Facebook, Instagram. That's number one spots.
Your social media is very active. I went there today and posted about my show, and there was a post like every day about Christmas being closed. They were open until Christmas Eve, till normal hours.
Full hours, 10 o'clock at night. We're here till 10 o'clock at night pouring beer.
What are the normal hours here?
We run from Monday to Sunday. Regular hours are 10 to 11 to 10 on the weekdays, 11 to 11 on the weekends.
Nice. 11 o'clock at night. Plenty of time to get on down here if you're close by right now. We'll be here for a while. Post-show production. Oh, you're going on again? Uh-oh. Switching camera angles again. We're having fun with camera angles today. Hello. I'm always reading comments here from everyone. Yep, They love Alex. We love Alex too. Now, if you haven't been here before, what should they expect when they come here?
Our flagship is Iguana Bait. It's very easy to come by down here in the Keys. It's a real light, easy drinking German-style beer with honey and hibiscus. That being said, the environment's very welcoming, easygoing. Welcome to have kids and pets on property. Walk on in, check out the beer garden, sit down anywhere you like.
Nice.
Take it from there.
And always 20 beers on tap?
20 beers on tap, rain or shine, always open. Only closed 2 days a year, and that's Christmas, Thanksgiving. Other than that, we're here for you.
Always available. And you were closed Christmas Day, but Christmas Eve until 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
I was here Christmas Eve, not too late, but for a little while. Now, what if you're not a beer drinker?
If you're not a beer drinker, we've got a full list of things which are not beer. None of it's made by us, but we offer wine, cider, sparkling, Prosecco, rosé, cayenne cocktails, whole spectrum.
And my favorite part is, if you don't know what you want to have, if you're new to the area, new to their beer, haven't had their beer before, is there flights of beer for $10? These are 5-ounce pours, right?
We do 5-ounce pours, choice of 5 beers. Great way of getting some
As you can tell, I have catching up to you. I've been talking too much.
Uh-oh. Slacking going on.
Thank you for the selection. Fantastic.
Thank you.
They have flights upwards up to 10.
We go as far as 20 if you really want to, any increment of 5.
You can get all 20 beers and sample them out. I remember the old days they had the cheese wheel.
The round one, yeah.
The round one, those were awesome. But yeah, so get a sampler, get a flight for $10, check out their beers, and then get a pint. I recommend getting one of their nice, very keep cold containers. This is the Tebus mug. Critter Club is sold out, right?
It is sold out till next year.
But they still sell these at retail.
Indeed.
And they'll give you a nice pour for you. But their logo's amazing. Cheryl and Craig did a great job with that. I told them Cheryl's the master of all the artwork, and Craig's the master of all the beer work.
Anything artistic, it's all Cheryl. Craig makes all the beer.
Now, if you are a local but haven't been here for a while, what's new happening? What can you tell people?
Well, we are currently doing the Third Thursday Art Walk. As of last month, it's still going on.
Nice.
And beyond that, we have music going on pretty much 4 days a week as of now. We're trying to make it an everyday occurrence. We have music going on from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And we have the food trucks outside 7 days a week, 6 days a week.
We have food.
Yeah. We have the Tacos Jalisco food truck open 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Sunday we have Movable Feast. Tony down the street at the Moose Club.
Nice.
Yep.
Live music, now food. I remember the original tap room before you were here. He couldn't do anything. He tried to do like potato chips. No, tried to do something catered. No, because they were part of another resort near here. I don't want to say the name. And the landlord didn't like that. But now they're full right into whatever they want, which is awesome.
Absolutely.
The special events are always on their Facebook page, Florida Keys Brewing Company. Just look it up and like that page and follow it. Go to the events and see what's happening, or just go to the feed. Your social media, I'm not sure who runs it, but they're very active. Very active. Mm-hmm. And come down here and check it out. It's fun to hang out, bring some friends. Here at mile marker 81.6. What's the actual full address?
81219 Overseas Highway.
So it's 812, okay. It's 81 point, oh, it's old highway.
Yeah.
But 81.6 is roughly the mile marker for the Route 1.
81.1.
Around there?
Yeah, somewhere, vaguely.
You'll find it. You'll find it on GPS. Well, Alex, appreciate you having you on.
Absolutely.
Any special things going on here for New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, we're running regular hours, as I said before, going until 10 o'clock at night, but there are fireworks going on across the street at Marada Bay Beach Cafe.
Really?
And you can easily watch them from the tap room.
That's right. You can walk out the front door of the tap room and watch the fireworks.
Indeed. Other than that, regular hours.
Awesome. Alex, we'll definitely have you on again next time we're here. As always, appreciate you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dave.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays.
Happy New Year. Enjoy the beers.
Always love when you serve us and appreciate the excellent selection today.
Thank you.
That was Alex Baxter here. He works as a tap specialist at the Florida Keys Brewing Company here in Alamorada, Florida. Go back to my center feed here and change my positioning as we round the show. This will be our longest show yet, Harry. We knew we'd do this for a year in review, had so much to cover, then more and more guests kept showing up. When I started the show, I had 0 guests. The staff wouldn't commit because they were so busy, and Leslie and Curly hadn't showed up yet. Dawn showed up and had friends. Wasn't sure if I could get her on. So this has been an amazing show. Thanks for being here. I haven't seen the chat in a while. I'll go back. I've been looking at the comments, but not the people jumping on. Amy Joanne, thanks for the tips in the Bug Pub. I'll check that out. I do like broadcasting there when the hours go back to normal, because to go from light to dark in that outdoor environment is not going to work. But she painted it back well. If you go back to my June shows and bits and pieces in July, and when I'm at the Bug Pub, Amy Joanne's artwork is all over that show, and she's on the show numerous times. Check out Amy Creations on Facebook and in Rainbow Village, mile marker 86.7 Alamorada. Guys, it's been an amazing show. Thanks for hanging in for this extra long show. Harry, thank you for the extra time. We needed to cover. Next week, a couple things happening. We do have our show on January 3rd at 5 o'clock. Probably from Dr. Lou's studio. I'm going to try there, Harry, so we'll talk about that. If not, maybe back at Keys Mead. Haven't decided yet. This week, during the holidays, I'm working, closing out my business, and working on my show. Please send me comments in the chat. Please send them direct message to me. Positive comments in the chat, negative comments to me. Constructive criticism directly to me, please. How can we improve the show? What location, where we can go from? It's all about good internet. I can't control the internet. Right now we're off Bonnie's phone, which is great. AT&T is awesome here. My phone, not so good. I'm going to get a 5G phone and improve that, but honestly, we're kind of times where we're victims of the internet. I told you my favorite show I produced was Vero Beach, because we had to go somewhere, and noon had lunch at a place, and hey, can we broadcast from here at 5? They said, sure, and tested the internet and came back at 5 and broadcast the show. If not, we would have to keep searching, and we pulled it off. I don't like that. I'd rather be knowing where I'm going has good internet. So if you have a business and have good internet, let's talk, and I can probably broadcast a show from there. Doesn't have to be all about your venue. I always have information prepared. Keep that in mind. I appreciate everyone on Radio M&A, Cleveland Country Radio audience. I also appreciate the sponsors of the show. And my script went falling apart, but it's one here somewhere. Oh, here it is. I'm going to read them off real quick because I haven't done that in a while. As I find my script. Hold on, guys. Oh. We were missing. Oh, there it is. Thank you. I also want to talk about January 6th. At 7 p.m. on Zoom is a private event, registration only, that I can invite you to. Direct message me on Facebook or send me an email, dave@bucketwishtrip.com. As always, to find me on places, Fantastic Hours in my business. I have numerous pages, Dave's Disney, David W. Hartman. You can friend me on Facebook, 305-453-9208, dave@bucketwishtrip.com. And that's always available in our comments in the chat too. And also bucketwishtrip.com, my website. You can find out details about my Antarctic solar eclipse cruise. I'm going to talk about more next week, but please reach out to me what the special event's going to be. But we're going to get exclusive inclusions in this cruise if you're interested. I know Evan McCassie, you've been thinking about with your family. Happy holidays. And a few other people have been talking about it. I have some people booked. I'm going. It's going to be an amazing, once-in-a-lifetime bucket wish trip, my mantra. And that's what I'm all about. I'm the traveling. I always ask 2 questions. What is your bucket list trip, and where do you wish you were right now? So please join me on January 6th. You have to register for that. It's not going to be a live feed. It's going to be a special Zoom presentation by Atlas Ocean Voyages. And join me live next week at 5 o'clock. Location TBA. Could be Dr. Lou's studio and maybe Keys Meet again, but we'll be somewhere local here. And I will continue the on-location shows, also to be announced. I always announce them the week before. Right now, I have nothing solidified, but I have some excellent things in the hopper, some unique things that I can broadcast from. Definitely hotel look-ins. I love the hotel reviews, you guys too. And I appreciate you guys, all your comments today. Number 1 show from the fans as far as views and interaction was Peg Leron's second appearance back on August 30th. Amazing walking tour of her resort. Totally engaged people the whole time. People on the full hour, over 2,500 views, was amazing. And they kept growing from there. And then we also appreciate everyone's choices on board. We had votes for Fort Wilderness, a lot of votes for Disney shows, a lot of votes for Cruising Tiki's Key Largo. Thank you, Jan Speedway. I appreciate all you guys being on. Have a happy holidays. Have a new year. And have a great time this week, upcoming holiday week. I'll see you in the new year, definitely. As always, like this and share it and comment. I watch these afterwards and do a lot of editing and do a lot of commenting myself as far as notes. Please put in the chat, if you're just watching this, what was your favorite show this year and what could we do to improve next year, or where should we host it from next year? Bonnie Barnes, the Hawaii show. That was awesome. And Bonnie did a lot of editing work on that show, so kudos to that. I'd like to thank Bonnie, my producer, for a great year. Episode 41, we really knocked it out of the park. Hour and 20 minutes today, hour and 15 minutes. Thank you, my guests, Leslie and Carly Adams, Dawn DeBrule, who's still walking around right in front of me. Thank you again for our great location today, Florida Keys Brewing Company, here in mile marker 81 in Alvarado, Florida, right on the old road. Check them out at FloridaKeysBrewingCompany.com or Florida Keys Brewing Company on Facebook. And they're open every day except for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Come in here and have a flight of beer and try out the wonderful brands. And they have some great retail to check out too and shop. My studio audience is signing me off and I'm ready to go too. You guys have a fantastic new year and we'll see you in 2021.
Come on, what are you waiting for? They're serving rum up, it's right next door. There's a party on the sandbar in the Keys.